Hello everyone, and welcome to our new channel called Crypto Byte. Now, it's a channel started by myself and a few other guys, and we're going to be putting out a lot of news daily, several videos a day in fact. So stick around, make sure you subscribe down below, hit the little bell so you get the notifications. This channel is going to be big. There's a lot of us, there's a lot of work going into it, so there's going to be a lot of great stuff coming out of it, a lot of news. I won't go on with that for too long. You may know some of us from other channels, but we'll do a more detailed intro video coming up. What I wanted to get into first is the news. You will see a few other videos coming out today. They might be based on ICOs and other sorts of things that are going on in the crypto space, different altcoins, but right now I'm going to jump into the news. So if you're holding Nano, formerly known as Rayblox, on the BitGrail exchange, which is based in Italy, you'd better get over there and check to see if you still have your coins floating around. If they're still on that exchange, that is a call out to everyone that is holding their Nano on the BitGrail exchange. It looks like the owners, the developers, the CEO of BitGrail had screwed something up there, and then they started to talk. Well, they wanted to talk with Nano. You can see the exchange between them had been made public by Nano, and they were asking Nano to fork the currency to restore the funds supposedly stolen from the exchange. So it seems like there's something a little bit dodgy about BitGrail in general. So if you did have other coins on there, personally what I would do is get everything off that exchange immediately. All exchanges in general, should try and keep that as private as possible, so you hold your own keys. I'm sure we're all aware of that by now. Sometimes it's a little more difficult, if you need to move some stuff onto an exchange because you're looking to sell it in the near future, these things happen, that's what you got to do. But in this case, I would just move everything off BitGrail. If the, Ferrano here is trying to ask Nano to fork their records to restore the funds. So something's gone down, the full story isn't out, people are speculating. What I'm reading behind that is, get away from BitGrail, basically. Over to the next story, we are looking at the darknet done with Bitcoin. Obviously, it's just one of those titles that is trying to catch attention, but I think what's important to read through here is, are we moving across to Monero? Monero's been used on the darknet for quite some time. I'm pretty sure people who are far more involved with the darknet, or even have looked at anything to do with privacy tokens, will know that Monero would be a much better suit for the darknets for anything if you don't want your transactions to be seen. Obviously, Bitcoin isn't the best way at this point until they get, I think they're looking at, I forget the name of it now, but they're looking at putting in some sort of privacy code over the top of Bitcoin to make it far more private. All right, there's the article there. I'll leave a link to the articles down below so you guys can have a look at those. These ones are from Cointelegraph. Next bit of news is the Bitcoin price. We can't go a full video without talking about the Bitcoin price. Come on, guys. Cryptocurrency. Bitcoin price makes a little progress this week as analysts spy 10,000 resistance. That's a nice big round number. I've got my chart up here, which we can all have a quick look at. This is what I use to start buying up. So I've got here, here's the low, obviously it's 6,000 USD. Bitfinex is the main place that I look at the chart. The volume's quite good here. So 10,000, we're looking at 10,000, that's a round number. It's a resistance from earlier. It was support earlier, now possibly looking at resistance. We have found resistance at 9,000. So jumping from 6,000 to 9,000, that's a 50% gain. If we are looking to retrace, just to make people taking some profits off their 50% gain if they bought at the direct bottom and sold it directly at the top of this recent move, generally might see, a 38% retracement in one of your fib numbers, possibly a 50% as well. So that would get us down to that 7.5 to 7,800. So 10,000 may be the next run up. You can see there is a little bit of resistance popping up there. I like to use a Bollinger Bands also to have a look, but let's just stick to the news, what they're talking about. Analysts, who are these analysts? If 10,000 is the point, I would be looking for some volume to come in to support that. You're looking for a sell-off at the 10,000 if that is the next mark, and we're looking to see a continuation of the bear market. So the article goes on social media, traders and commentators have made calls for reversal in Bitcoin fortunes, Bitcoin's fortunes, which began in earnest towards the weekend before support broke above 9,000. It only just touched above 9,000. I wouldn't even say it was a clean break, but right now we're sitting around 8,500. keep a lookout for that. I think there's good buying anywhere under 7,000. If we see this thing go down to 3,000, that would be absolutely beautiful. Maybe 4,500 is probably where a final spike low might come in. We're not able to clear yet. That's where I'd be buying up. That's where I am buying up again. Let's move across to the last article for the day, and this one got my interest because of Gibraltar. It's such a funny place. I'm looking forward. I think I might go there next year when I do a bit of a holiday through Europe again. I had lived in Athens previously, but Gibraltar, it's an interesting place. I'll stop my little rant. It's a little, it's not an island. It's basically Spain, except it's a tiny British territory in the Mediterranean, attached to the mainland, but it's a British territory. It's crazy. I'd love to go and visit that. It sounds very interesting. Probably no different to the rest of the Spanish landscape. But let's get on with the cryptocurrency news. Gibraltar government and Gibraltar Financial Services Commissions have announced that in the coming weeks they'll develop a draft law that will regulate initial coin offerings in the British overseas territory. So that's from Reuters. You can see that there. I'll leave a link to this article down below so that you can reference the Reuters report. I always get Reuters wrong. I always call it Reuters, and I think it's like Reuters or something. Anyway, you get the point. The name is there. This is very interesting. The draft law aiming to regulate the promotion, sale, and distribution of digital tokens on the territory of Gibraltar will be the first ever set of regulations developed specifically for ICOs, the lawmakers claim. Now, I think this is very good news in the way that it is looking to get rid of the scam artists, but it's not looking to stop ICOs. I think that's very positive news to see that cryptocurrencies are being accepted. They're actually going out of their way to make specific laws for cryptocurrencies and how they are funded. If you had some sort of privacy coin or some sort of coin that you were specifically looking to make it just a currency, and there was no pre-mining, there was nothing like that, and it was just airdropped to whoever that you found, wherever the addresses came from, that is separate to this sort of law here, ICO, where they're looking to gain funds from investors and dumb money, smart money, whoever. So if you're looking to create your own currency and just airdropping it for free, you'd be able to clear in this sense. But I'll leave the article down below. This is a very interesting one. I think it's great news for cryptocurrency in general. So check that out. That was the last bit of news. Let's just take a quick look at the Bitcoin obituaries. I think it's a funny thing just to have a look at every so often, maybe every week, every couple of weeks. 253 times and counting. If we look down to 2018 already, we've got 24 deaths. 24 deaths already, and this year is only 40 odd days old. One every 2 days or more than. Here we go. We can see here February we had one, but we haven't seen one for some time. January we were smashed with deaths of Bitcoin. So yeah, interesting, funny stuff. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching the first episode from Crypto Byte. Stay tuned. There's a video basically every 4 to 6 hours. Check them out. Subscribe down below. Hit the notification bell. Stay in touch with our other social medias, which are coming out soon. And yeah, thanks again for joining me. I'll see you at the next video, but until then, take care and peace out.